Welcome back. Today for computers, we are going to be looking at Sketchup Exercise 3. This is what I like to call the pool house. So in this, we're going to be looking at some specific skills, looking at specific sizes, and doing some arrays. Now, the last exercise, we were making arrays of windows, but this one we're going to make up using the array tool and the follow me tool to make handrails and steps. So hang in there, we're going to have a lot of fun. Now, design exercise 3, this PDF, is talking about some specific things here. The bedroom is going to be pretty big, talking about some specific sizes here. Now, it says, well, it's going to be 30 by 30 by 40, and I want you to use those dimensions down below here. 40 feet 5 inches, and then comma, 30 feet 3 3/4 inches, just to show you how specific we can be. So using this tool, and so we're going to make a rectangle with those dimensions, and we will then also be adding a pool and adding stairs, and I will skip some of the steps because I think you can follow the instructions and get those, or at least try to get through those anyway, and I'll show you some of the more challenging ones. Now we need to start by doing a rectangle, making a rectangle for the base. Now the instructions say you're going to go just click once and open it. The dimensions are 40 feet, so we go 40, then apostrophe 5 inches, comma, and then 30 feet 3 3/4 inches. Right, so you can see there's the shape of it. And then now we need to do 10 feet high because it's 2 floors, so each floor is usually 10 feet. So now I'm going to go 20 feet because it's 2 floors, and make sure I have that apostrophe. And there we go, so it's 10 feet. Now we want to open this up, so we're going to erase the parts that we don't need, and there we go. So the next step would be looking at adding a swimming pool in here, and it doesn't really give specific dimensions on that. We need a rectangle somewhere in here, and then we're going to do an offset on that. You can go out or in. There we have the offset. So we're set for our pool, and then the instructions go on steps 5 and 6, 7. Go on to the next steps of pulling that up and pushing down the water. I'm going to go to the next step, which is step 8. On step 8, we're going to add the second floor. So second floor should be at 10 feet, so that's halfway through there, midpoint. And we're going to drag this. Now notice how the axis line, or the line that we're drawing, is the same color as that axis, so it's green. And then I'm going over here, point. Okay, now it didn't draw the line. We'll come back to that. But see how this wall is going in green as well, and we see, if you can see that, it's the dotted lines snapping to that back wall. And then I'm going to go ahead and close the line, but I'm going to come back here and draw that line and connect those. So it didn't do it the first time. So now we have a floor. So the next step is we need to add a stair here, which is 12 inches by 2 inches in dimensions, and then we'll pull that out 4 feet. To make this stair, we're just going to go with the rectangle tool, and we'll come down to about knee high, and we can't really see her. This is 10 feet high, so we're going to come down somewhere right in here, and this needs to be 12 inches, comma, 2. So it's 12 inches by 2 inches. Now in the instructions, it says to make this a component. Now I just have better luck. If I pull it out to 4 feet now, and then make it a component now that I've already pulled that out. So I'm going to start top left, select going down. That's using the select tool. You'll notice all the sides are dotted in blue, and then I can right click, make a component, call it stairs, and then we have a stair. Now if you recall, with the window house that we did, we had to make arrays upon the side, and so we're going to do the same thing with the stairs. We're just going to be taking it, making a copy, and going clear up to the top, and then filling that in. To do that, we go to our move tool, and then go where the stair meets the wall. It's really important to do that. If you just grab it some random place along here, you're liable to move the stair right into the wall. It's kind of cool looking, but it's not what we want. So I hit the control button, I click on the stair, and I drag that up to the ceiling. You can go through it if you want, or I'm just going right up to the ceiling on face, and I'm clicking again. And then you have to decide, before you hit enter or anything else, I'm just rotating it. You see it's still selected. How many stairs do I need in there? I'm going to say 10 / and then enter. And you can see I have a little gap in between here. I probably could have gone 11 or 12 even. Then you know, if you more you put in there, the more stairs you'll have. But this will work, and you'll see that they're all even. They're not going through the wall there, and they go clear up to the top. And now the next step, in the instructions it says, well, to add the railing first. You can certainly do that. Might be easier to see it because I don't have that top stair quite all the way up there. So if you push it up through there, you can see where the stair is. So it makes it a little easier to find that. So, but I'm going to just show that anyway. Just to erase, I'm just going to kind of guess here. Pull this out here. I've made a rectangle. I'm going to hit erase, and you can see where my stair is. So I can drag this in here, fill this in if I want to later on. So that's not a big deal. But you could adjust that to make it better. The next step, we are going to select this, and then we are going to draw a line somewhere in here, and it's got to be going up, and the railings themselves should be 4 feet. I'm going to double check on that to make sure I'm going up the right height. So it's going to be 3 feet, excuse me. So we're going up on this line, make sure it stays there at 3 feet, and then I'm rolling out a little bit, and then I'm just going to connect to the next stair, just to this next one, because in array mode it drags it and grabs it all the way to the top one. Right now, on the bottom stair, I'm going to put a circle, and it can be any shape you want. This is going to be for the railing, and this is where the railing will actually be. So I mean, if you wanted it in the middle of it or farther in, you can certainly do that. I'm going to just click here and make my circle here. Now I need to select both the banister, which is what this will be, and then I'm going to push the control button and click the handrail. Have to hold at the same time. So you see they're selected, they're blue. Then I'm going to go to Tools, Follow Me, right here, right below the push-pull, and I'm going to click my circle. And you'll see I've now made a railing. Now, depending on how big your circle was, that's how big the railings will be. And so that's how you do a railing. The next one up top here, we're going to be making a swimming board that goes down in the swim pool. I'm just going to put that out there real quick just to show a little bit of how we would do this. And push pull, and you can do this however, oops, yep, grab the wrong one, Control Z, undo that. Make sure I'm on the right thing I want to be on here. Pull this out, I'm going to draw a line. Might be easier if I, whoop, a line. You gotta be on the line tool, of course. There we go. Line, and then push-pull tool. And I'm going to pull this out just a little ways, so it's a diving board going over that. Now, the reason I'm putting this right now is I want to show you the next step for making the upper rails. And this is kind of fun. You can do the instructions that they have. I just struggle with those a little bit. So I'm just going to show you how I do it. I'm going to put in a shape. I'm going to use the push-pull tool. Come on that. And I'm going to go up, well, let's make this 4 feet this time. Okay. And then I'm going to make that a component. Now it's tricky now because you want to make sure that you're not selecting anything else. And I'll rotate, make sure I didn't catch anything else. I'm going to make this a component. And for this one, you don't have to cut openings, but it doesn't matter if you do or not. And I'm going to call this railing, create. Right, so now we've done the same thing we just did down below. And I'm going to click the move button, hit control. I'm going to go where it meets the floor, and I'm going to go right over there. You can see I'm staying right on the line there. And click, and then while it's still selected there, I'm going to hit, in this case, put 2 slash, put that there. Now before I go into the next step, I want to copy that, hit control, and drag it to the other side. And then while that one's there, I need to click that, control, and make sure I'm still straight there. And how many do I want there? I'm going to say 10 slash, and there we go. Right, so now, next step, I'm going to show on the long side here. I want to make a line I'm going to go from the top of this one, center, and draw it clear over. Sometimes you have to just kind of play with your zooming out, and it can't go clear to that last one. On the other side, okay, so I have that shape there. And then I'm going to go to center here. What shape? I'm going to stick with the octagon or pentagon here. Put this here and make a shape there. And just for fun, I'm going to make a shape here. And so I'm going to select the line again. And you see that it's selected the whole way on here. If you did it right, sometimes it becomes an issue where it gets cut off, and you might have to try this again, drawing the line, make sure those are components. But I'm going to go to Tools, Follow Me, and then I'm going to click that bar, and I'm going to click this one. I have to go back to Select Bar, Select, and then Tools, Follow Me, and then I'll click that one. Right, and then you can erase that line when you're done because you don't need it anymore. But now I have the railings, and you'll do that around the sides. You'll add the furniture. The furniture, when you go to do that, is a 3D warehouse. So you'll open the 3D warehouse, and you'll type in, because you need some furniture, so bed, things like that. It'll find it, and you can put it right into your building, or right into your house. Now, when you did this and you click download, it might have said you have to log in. You may have to reset the password or create an account with them, because it used to go right with your Google. If it works, great. If not, you might just have to go into it and set it up. So I went in and set up a password, and then now I'm getting this, so that's not what I want to do. All right, so try this again and see if it'll let me go get the bed in here. It did it just a little bit ago. Right after answering those questions, and then it asks, do I want to load it directly into my SketchUp model? My SketchUp model, yes. And then I'm here. Okay, and so now you can see it. Maybe you want it facing the other way, and so you might use your rotate tool, and that's just, it sets a point on where you want it, and you can move it that way, and then move it. When we're on face, it's actually going into the floor a little bit, but you can adjust that however you're going to be setting it up, and then rotate all that stuff. So add those items from the warehouse into your house, and don't forget Windows and all the fun stuff. So thank you.